It's all Bears all day, beginning at 10 with Fox Kickoff Sunday.
Time for the U.S. Cellular wake-up call.
Bears Game Day Live.
The Bears defense was solid.
The NFL on Fox. The final word.
I thought he played phenomenally well, despite all the pressure that was coming at him.
And Bears Game Night Live.
Those sacks were huge. The stars came out.
Sunday, it's all Bears all day on Fox Chicago. Brought to you by U.S. Cellular.
Welcome back. Our coverage of the mayor's race continues.
And right now we're joined by Gary Chico, who's been part of the city government and a lot of other governments for a long time. Gary, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Good to be with you.
So how do you dispel this feeling of Rahm inevitability that seems to be out there, that the business community's lined up behind him, that it's something that's going to happen whether we like it or not?
Well, Chicagoans have a funny way of reacting to things they're told they have to do. So I don't see the inevitability. I think it's more a creation, frankly, in the media. But I don't see it out there when I'm talking to people. When I'm out there talking to people about schools, parks, crime in the streets, nobody's talking to me about inevitability. They're talking to me about the issues. And I think that's what Chicagoans are about. Chicagoans aren't going to be steamrolled by anybody about anything.
All right, so tell us why you're going to be a player. Why are you going to make it to the runoff and be there on April
and win
in the April election?
And win. Yeah, we're in this to win, not just to hang around.
So explain it to us. I mean,
sure.
Rombo goes up tomorrow with a big media buy. The air war has begun. The carpet bombing of TV commercials. He sure looks like he's the front runner.
Let me first dispel what that is, and let me talk about why we're going to win. The books are replete with examples of people that have spent hundreds of millions of dollars to buy their way into an election only to see that fail. People respond to individuals and what they have to say and what their story is. So I don't think we should be quick to rush to any kind of judgment.
How do you break through the clutter and get people to pay attention?
We're going to play our game, if you will. We're going to have our strategy, which has the following. I'm a Chicago neighborhood person, born and raised, never left. Had my children in public school. I went to public school, and here's the person that's taken on the 4 toughest jobs that this city's had to offer. Chief of staff to the mayor, chairman of the Chicago Public Schools when it was a horrible situation, chairman of the Park District where we really revved up park development, and then the restructuring effort at the Chicago City Colleges. Those are real things with real achievements and real results. This is about real stuff. This is not about image and carpet bombing and all those things, Mike. It's about what Chicagoans really care about. We're going to have the millions of dollars necessary to get our story out, and that's what it's about. Other people have to raise significantly more money to fill up the resume. And we don't have to worry about that because we've been in the trenches working for 20 years.
This past week, you filed what is called a citizens ordinance aimed at protecting the long-term reserve funds, the Skyway Fund, and the parking meter deal. Congressman Davis was just here minutes ago, and he said he doesn't know whether that's a good idea because you may have to dip into those funds. And until you're in that office, until you're sitting on that fifth floor, in that fifth floor office, we don't know exactly what the economic outlook is.
Well, you won't have to worry about that much longer because there isn't much money left. I asked out loud, where did our money go? I want to fight for our money to protect our money. That's our money. The revenues from those parking meters aren't other people's money. They're the citizens of Chicago.
Do you criticize the mayor for making that decision?
I say it was just a wrong decision. I don't criticize any individual. I respect the mayor, but that doesn't mean we're clones or we're 100% in agreement all the time. The fact of the matter is the citizens were promised when that deal was struck with the meters, which was a bad deal to begin with, that $400 million would be parked in a long-term account or long-term reserve account. And today there exists $76 million. What we've been doing is taking the easy decision, the politically safe decision, and taking money from those long-term funds so we can avoid the tougher decisions.
Spell out the tough Gary Chico decision. So we're going to lay off some city workers? We're going to raise some taxes?
Well, I think you're going to look at 100 different things, not necessarily those. I've rebuilt budgets before. The Chicago Public Schools was in a shambles in 1995. And what did we do? We redid that entire budget, stripped it down, and built it back up.
Okay, so $750 or even $1 billion, $750 million, even $1 billion.
Right.
Can you balance it without a tax increase?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, because you have $6.3 billion in revenue coming in right now.
Can you do it without any worker layoffs?
I'm not going to commit to anything in particular right now because you're going to need 100 different moves. Let me give you a few ideas. You're going to have to change the way our government operates. I was happy to see this week that Alderman Zaleski, I think, is